All right. Good morning. Good day, everybody. This is Bart and Melissa, and we're doing the 90-day burst call today. So this is all about creating momentum in your business, really helping to propel your business to new heights. Where they say the speed of the leader determines the rate of the pack. So this is a great way to put some really a concentrated, focused effort into your business and lead by example. If you're kind of listening in, you can sort of look underneath the tent and see what this is all about. Get geared up to do your 90-day burst. So as for panelists that we've got today, we've got Step and Yeska. We've got Carmel's on the line with us. Also, let's see, we've got Diane Nyloff. She's a Platinum Associate. Lorraine Bavart, also a Platinum level Associate that's with us today. Let's see, I failed to mention Sepp and Yeska are also Platinum Associates. And let's see, and then we've got Dia is a Platinum, I believe I mentioned.
Oh yeah, you did.
And let's see, and who else am I missing? Carmel is, yep.
Who's a gold
level associate. So got lots of hello, Carmel. Ed Wiens.
Hello.
Ed Wiens is our guest host this morning, and he'll be joining us, I'm sure, very, very soon. So,
and we'd like to welcome all of you as participants on this 90-day burst. We're excited to be able to put this together with our offline support, and a special welcome to the New Zealanders on the phone as well as the Americans. So welcome everyone. We're excited to have you during this call today. So there's Ed. Thanks for being on, Ed. Great to see you.
So Ed, as you may know, is our personal sponsor. Double Diamond level associate calling in from North Carolina. Is that where you're at today?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Fantastic. So Ed's going to be sharing some of his words of wisdom with us as well,
which we can never get enough of.
That's right.
So, shifting gears a little bit to give you an idea of an overview for today's call or webinar. This is the second in the series of 90 days. Last week, for those of you who were on the call, we went through the documents. So by now, the document should be signed, the agreement should be signed when it comes to how the minimum number of hours that you're prepared to devote to your burst this particular 90 days. Also, you would have downloaded the SoundCloud app by now, so you can listen to those daily charge-up calls to stay motivated. Really importantly, you've identified a mentor and a buddy. A mentor you're holding conversation with for 5-10 minutes once a week. Your buddy is daily, maybe a text message, maybe 3 times a week. When I say daily, it's ideal, but 3 times a week, if that's all you can do, that's perfect. A couple of minutes conversations where you're sharing your wins and you're letting them know about your progress. So please, please, please get a mentor and a buddy. It's vital to your success this 90-day burst.
You know, even on those daily things where you're touching bases, even if you just share your win, which is really important to share your win from the previous day and identify, half dozen, 5 to 10 things that you're going to take action on today for your business. That way you're sort of holding yourself accountable. You're turning it into a little bit of a game. You're having fun with it. And yeah, absolutely do that. So there's some documents that was sent in the emails that Melissa mentioned. If you haven't downloaded those, just pull up the Team Builders Global newsletter that's been sent out, and all those documents are there so that you can really get plugged in and get your team plugged into those as well. And we'll have those documents up on the website here soon.
Yeah, so I've emailed them to our website developers, so hopefully they'll be up at ourtbg.com, OURTBG.com. So moving on, again, when it comes to the documents from last week, by now you would have purchased either online or downloaded a copy of Eric Worre's GoPro video, book series, where he teaches 7 identifiable skills that you need to master to take your network marketing company to the top, as well as ordering your business cards. And the most important thing is signing and dating that agreement, which makes it official, makes it real. It'll be a fun ride. It's no big deal. It's talking to people. It's doing what we love. It's sharing this cause. It's making a difference to the lives of others, and it's having fun every day. So that's a recap from last week. This week, we're shifting gears by starting our series with the A-LIFT acronym. So we're going to be focusing on A for attitude. That's what Ed will be brought on today to talk about. That's his session. Next week, it'll be L for living list. The following week, it'll be I for how to invite. and follow-up will be the following week, and then T for Teach Day call, which will be a training call. So this was some advice that was given to us actually by Sep and Jeske when it comes to really focusing on tying in that theme with the charge-up calls, so that we're all on a rotational basis going to hear different people's perspectives, and more importantly from our special guests each week, which today we've been graced with Ed's presence. So we'll get him to do his section in just a minute.
So, hey, the one thing I just wanted to mention, this business is so simple. You know, people sometimes overcomplicate it. All we really need to do is learn to do a few simple things and learn to do them well and do them over and over again more, consistently, and teach our team to do the same thing. So, for example, Trish Schwenkler, who is the top income earner in ASEA, she created the A-Lift call, which follows this same A-Lift process. So it's great that we're tying in because we're keeping it consistent with what took her to the top as the #1 income earner, as well as really the rest of our upline team. So that's part of the reasoning behind this as well.
Another vital part of these webinars every week is to feature people with their organisation coaching reports. That's the nuts and bolts of building an ASEA business. That's a form that we're duplicating in a very focused effort throughout our entire organisation, because it gives us an opportunity to hold an intelligent, honest conversation with people on where they're at, where they've been, and where they want to head, or where they're planning to head in their ASEA business. Because it's no point saying I'm going to be triple diamond in the next 3 years when your organisation coaching report isn't reflecting that you're going to be heading in that direction. So today we're featuring Sep and Jeske because they have been extremely diligent and committed to filling out these organisation coaching reports. And when we get to that section, I'll let you know where you can access a video, a how-to video on how to fill your very own coaching report out along with the documents. So unless you've got anything else to say, I want to...
Just in terms of the reason, one of the reasons where we want to feature Sep and Jeske on this is because, I mean, if you look at the fantastic achievements in the back office, they have really been on top of the leaderboard. We're talking global, out of 27 countries. They've been number 2, number 3, number 4 on quite a few different weeks. And part of that is really the working, where they're really analyzing their business, what they need to do, who they need to work with. And we've really been enjoying that process, going through that with them. So yeah, that'll be good to just kind of have a look and see, because it's a good example of what we want to do.
It is. So shifting into fantastic achievements, I'd love to start this call with a short section on rank advancements and recognition. So top associate enrollers for week 32, we have Lorene Bavart from Melbourne, Platinum Executive Associate number 5 globally, which is absolutely massive. Congratulations, Lorene.
Well done.
Yeah, amazing. And then emerging leaders for week 32, we've got Tom and Mel Croucher, who are also platinum level executives. They're in New South Wales, in Sydney today. So congratulations, Tom and Mel.
Woohoo!
Absolutely. And I wanted to do a shout out for emerging leaders crossline here. We've got Catherine Wells, who is in Melbourne. She joins our team a lot, and of course we welcome Crossline to any of our calls. It's about all moving forward together. Now Catherine and her upline Sherry and Jack Clark from the United States, they ranked number 1 globally for emerging leaders last week. So congratulations Catherine, who advanced to gold as well, gold executive level, and congratulations Sherry and Jack Clark. So let's move on to week 31, because I believe this wasn't covered last week. For top associate enrollers, we have Danielle Spalding from Australia. That's very exciting. Congratulations, Danielle.
Well done. Huge accomplishment.
Massive. And then bronze level executive Carolina Kringlin from Tewantin up Noosa in Queensland. So congratulations, Carolina. Emerging leaders for week 31, we have To Your Good Health in New Zealand, and who is number 2 globally, and number 4 globally, we have Winnie Wong from Sydney, who's a gold level executive. So congratulations. That's fantastic. And now, as far as rank advancements for last week, Director 700, we have Nick Black, we have Ralph Cormack, we have Jessie Lowe and Murray Trotman. And one more, Sandra Cooper as Director 700s from last week, which for new people on the call, Director 700 means
700 points in your left leg and 700 points in your right leg. You personally sponsored someone active on each side of your business, and you've done at least 100 points personal volume in the month. So you're definitely getting things rocking and rolling in your business. So congratulations, you guys. Well done.
Absolutely. It's heading toward the bronze executive rank, where you can capitalize on the EMP bonus and really start to develop leadership and duplication. Okay, I'll run through the Director 300s from last week. We've got Michael O'Connell, Greg Ralston, Catherine Cusack, Farini Matilla, Bruce Porter, Shane Markham, Carol Heaven, Belinda Doyle, Zhao He, Marjorie Rostron, Janine Smith, Gay Deeves, Sean Caldwell, and Wahine Aura Limited. So congratulations to all the Director 300s from last week, and congratulations to Crossline and people in the United States. If we do not have your rank advancements listed in our back office, congratulations on the Director 300s, 700s and above as well. So we'd like to acknowledge you. And given that we like to keep this call to an hour or under, I'm going to cross to Ed. Looks like you've pulled over, Ed, so you can do this call. So thank you so much for being on, and we're all ears to listen to you teach us about A for Attitude.
Great to be with you today. Yes, I'm in a parking lot, or as you would say, a car park.
That's right.
I'm learning to get my words in the right sequence here to fit the audience, but it's great to be with you today. It's a wonderful Friday afternoon here in North Carolina, Saturday morning for you, and I join you in congratulating all of the accomplishments of your great team in Australia, New Zealand, and wherever else it's beginning to spread to. You guys are setting a tremendous pace. So I pulled over long enough ago just to sit down and thought, you know what should I share today about attitude? Because and I think it's not just coincidental that the first topic in the weekly sequence of topics is attitude, because that really is indeed where everything starts. I have a sign in my office that I picked up at a little boutique shop. It says, "Attitude is important. Pick a good one." And I really believe that. I heard a gentleman speak recently at a breakfast meeting here, and this is a gentleman who was a very active high school athletic coach that several years ago was intentionally run down by literally a terrorist who took a car and just began to try to find pedestrians to run into, and actually killed 2 or 3 people. And Gary was one that he knocked down with the car and literally drugged him for about a half a mile. It's amazing that Gary survived the incident, permanently affected by that physically, and but unbelievable attitude for having gone through what he went through. And he said something that I've never forgotten. He said, a bad attitude is like a flat tire. He said, you better get it changed or you're not going to go very far in life. And if anybody could literally be justified, I guess, in maintaining a bad attitude for having done nothing wrong and been intentionally injured, he could. But he understands that it's not worth hanging on to. You know, a lot of people say in this business that, well, it's easy for you to have a good attitude. You're successful. You know, you're a double diamond, or you're a triple diamond, or you're whatever. You're making money. It's easier for you to have a good attitude. But I think what we've got to recognize is that attitude precedes success. It isn't just born out of success. It is the precursor to having successful results in life. So it has to be something that we recognize and take active control over, because what happens out of that attitude is going to be determined by the attitude. That's true. That's just a true principle in life, and certainly so in this business. So, you know, up until now, we're all at various ages in this business. Most of us are adults. I would imagine anywhere from 18 to 78 or 88 that are involved in this business. And life has consisted of a variety of life experiences. Some good, some bad, some that could leave us bitter, some that could leave us resentful. We've all had our share of that. You know, I've had my share of setbacks and things that you would look at as real disasters, and things that could really set me on edge, I guess, for the rest of my life. And but collectively, how we have responded to and how we have reacted to whatever has happened to us shapes our attitude. And we can take control over that. What we can't do is just automatically hit a reset button. I mean, it would be nice to just go through life and be able just to hit the reset button and just flush all the negative out and have nothing but positive and begin to move forward from there. But I haven't figured out how to do that. We just can't do that. So the challenge then is how can we begin to really form the foundation for good attitude in the way we think and the way we approach every day. And here's what I've concluded after years of, and I worked with folks that were addicted and had some unbelievable setbacks in life. I've worked with homeless populations. And I can tell you that this principle holds true whether you're somebody that's living on the street or living in a mansion. It's the principle, I call it the principle of displacement. You know, if you could take your mind, your brain, and just, look at it as a glass container. It'd be nice if you could just kind of dump it out and start all over with nothing but clean water. But that glass is it's murky, soiled by all the things we've gone through. Some of it, a lot of negative things that have happened to almost any of us that have lived any amount of years. And so the challenge is, how can we get that glass, that container, clean again without just dumping it out, because you can't do that. So think about it for a second. How would you do that? If you couldn't pick up the glass that represents your mind, out of which all of your actions and your beliefs and the results in your life are going to come, if you couldn't pick up that container and dump it out and start over again, how are you going to get it clean? How are you going to displace all the crud in there, the corruption in there, and get it to be clean if you can't just dump it out? Well, if you know anything about the process of just simple physics, the only way you can do that is begin pouring in clean water. Just pouring in clean water, and in a matter of time, that murky container is going to be clean because all the bad stuff has been displaced. And our minds are really no different than that. I wish we could just kind of unscrew the lid, dump it all out, and start over, but that just isn't possible. So the only way to really accomplish that is to begin to displace it. And the only way to begin to displace the negativity and put in positive, or result in a positive, clean container of our mind, is through putting in good stuff. And that's really a combination of, it's the people that you hang out with, it's the books that you read, it's what you listen to, it's the music that you listen to, it's the movies you watch. It's just all of those are sources of input. We can't control all of that because we just live in the world, and you can't completely shut up all the sources, but we can take active control over a lot of the input that goes in. I've got channels on my satellite radio that are just, positive motivational stuff. I listen to it, and I can't drive 10 minutes and not begin to think more positively because I'm putting positive stuff in there. If I fed on all the news every day and all the negativity that's going on in the world, I could get depressed, and my actions then would begin to result from that kind of a dirty fountain. Someone once said that 5 years from now, the difference between where you are today and where you'll be 5 years from now is going to be the books that you read and the people you hang around. And boy, that is so true, so true. So my challenge to you today is to just begin where you are with the process of displacement. Begin putting into your mind the positive things that slowly over time, you may not notice the difference from one day to the next, maybe even 2 days later. But if you go back and take inventory and look over the course of a month, 6 months, a year, 5 years, you're going to begin to see the difference in the results in your life by just the little things you can do to sow the seeds of a good attitude. One of my favorite books I've ever read is by Dennis Waitley, called Seeds of Greatness. And he talks about a little part. He's a psychologist. He's got a PhD in psychology and in communication, 2 of them. And he talks about the little part of your brain called the reticular activating system. It's a filter. It's about the size of a slice of an apple. So it's your own internal Apple computer, and it's there to help you filter out stuff that's not important to you, and to bring to your consciousness the things that you have predetermined are important to you. Here's a real life example from my childhood. I used to visit my grandmother. She lived in Northern California, and she lived maybe 200 feet away from a busy railroad. And I can remember waking up in the middle of the night because the cupboards were rattling, the dishes were rattling, the house was literally vibrating. And I would say to her in the morning, "Grandma, how could you sleep through all that noise?" And you know what her response was? "What noise?" Because she had predetermined that those vibrations and those sounds, which her nerves registered, her eardrums registered, but she had predetermined that that was not important data, so it was filtered out. Some of you have had little children in your home, and you mothers especially, you've predetermined that when you hear a little stirring sound from the crib or next to you or down the hall, that's important stuff for you to hear. You guys, you've determined that it's important for her to hear, and so you sleep right through it. But the gals hear it, boy, they're up there down the hall because they've predetermined that that's important information. Here's another example. If you're in real estate, you can be in a crowded social setting and somebody 20, 30 feet away says something about looking for a house, looking for a piece of property. You key in on that, and the person standing right next to them didn't even hear it. But you've predetermined that that's important stuff for you to hear. Same is true in this business. Your mind is tuned differently because you've pre-decided that it's important information to you to pick up on those signals that have to do with perhaps better health, a better way to make a living, international, want to be in business for themselves, entrepreneurial. So here's the key. Here's a key. And I want to make a connection to our app, to what we're all seeing played out right now on the international stage, the Olympics. I've loved the Olympics, so tell my wife today, I can go back into, I think, the early 50s, all my entire lifetime, and tell you where at least every summer games has been held. And so the Olympics is a perfect example of a principle that I want to challenge you with today. It's called, and Dennis Whaley talks about this in his book, it's the principle of replaying / pre-playing. You watch these athletes that have dreamed for years of standing on that center podium and watching their flag being raised and hearing their national anthem being played. They have seen that scene in their mind time and time again, many of them since they were children. And they would see it play out today in reality because they have pre-played that experience in their mind over and over and over again. Watch the gymnasts, watch the swimmers. You'll see them even before they go out, they walk in, they've got the music that empowers them blasting in their ears because it motivates them. And you'll see them in their mind's eye kind of going through their routines, and they're practicing the jump, they're practicing the spin, they're practicing the maneuver, and they're practicing doing it right. They're not replaying all the times they've fallen. They're not replaying the failures. They're replaying the times they've succeeded and the times they've done it right, because the principle is this: what you replay in your mind, you are pre-playing for future behavior. And here's the application. I've mentioned that all of us have experiences in life, some of it positive, a lot of it negative. And what typically happens is we begin to replay the times we failed. We begin to replay the times we've started something and never followed through. The times we've been laughed at, the times we've been scoffed at because we're in network marketing. And we replay those and we replay those. And the principle is true. What you replay, you're going to pre-play. So my challenge to you today is to go back through the videotape of your life. You've got this amazing video communication system that's been built into your brain. And I want you to begin to pull out the little snippets of the times you've done something right, the times you felt good about yourself, the times where somebody said you got a gold star in school, the times that you've done something right and you felt proud of your accomplishment. And you know what? You may not be able to put together more than about a 30-second segment of the times you've done something right, but I want you to begin to replay that over and over and over in your mind, because what you replay, you're going to pre-play. And when you begin to replay and pre-play, you're going to be able to add another segment to it next week, next month, next year, where before long, you might have a 30-minute or a full-length feature movie of times in your life where things have turned out right because you've developed an attitude of expectation based on replaying these little snippets of things, the times that you've done it right. So your challenge today is to begin the process of displacement. Begin to put into your mind the good books, the good CDs, the good communication. Call your upline. They're going to be positive input to you. Get on the conference calls. Listen in on the recorded version or the live version of the charter call. I compliment you for being on this video conference today. This is all part of that input and that displacement process that's going to begin to just wash away some of the crud and the corruption that life just kind of dumps into you because it's just around us every day. And begin to work on your own little personal movie of collections of snippets and little clips of times where you've done things right. You felt good about who you were. You felt proud of your accomplishment. Begin to piece them together. And when you get up and you face the day, be like the gymnast, be like the Olympic athlete that's kind of going over that routine in their mind, and then face your day, and you're going to find yourself beginning to perform again, just like you did when you did things right in the past. Don't replay the mistakes. Quit replaying the times where you failed. Quit replaying the times where you quit. That's old footage. Cut it out, leave it on the editing floor, and begin to put together your own highlight reel. And someday you're going to have a full-length feature movie, and you're going to be maybe not on center stage at the Olympics, but you'll be on stage at one of
What happened to him?
quadruple plutonium pin, and you're going to enjoy the perks of that somewhere down the road. So great to be with you today. I love all of you. I can't wait to get back down there with you. Thanks, Bart and Melissa, for your tremendous leadership and all of your team. You're a great, awesome part of what makes our CA experience so exciting. So God bless you today.
Outstanding. You can see why Ed is where he is at. You know, every one of us has these little voices in our head that the demons, if you will, and starting the process of displacement is actually some really, really sound advice. We've all got, you know, to create a driving question is one way that I've done that, which is to, you know, what am I doing right now to be the triple diamond that I am? You know, what am I doing right now that I want my downline to duplicate? And that's part of that displacement process for me, because whenever there's a challenge that comes up, it just makes me look at it from a higher level of how can I handle this as a leader? And so, so that's a good way.
And when it comes to attitude, it's very much fueled by gratitude. And I say this to Ed all the time. I say, I love you, Ed, because when it comes to the people we surround ourselves with, how lucky are all of us on this webinar today to know Ed, rub shoulders with Ed and be more like him. So
I love you too, Melissa, and happy birthday to Sarah Aquilina.
Oh,
it's still your birthday. It's still your birthday here today, Sarah. I hope you're still partying on.
Thanks so much, Ed. Really, really appreciate your input, your feedback. I'd love to literally ask for 30 seconds from the panelists to volunteer what you do every day to start your process of displacement. What do you do to choose your attitude? There's 30 seconds. So, so Sep and Jeska, your photo's up there. So if you could share that, it'd be great.
First of all, thanks, Ed. We really appreciate you. Every time you drop a pearl of wisdom that hits the heart, and we appreciate you for that. Well, I think for us, the simple thing for our attitude is just gratitude. There are so many more people on this planet who are doing it tougher than us, and regardless of how tough our journey's been, we know there's someone out there doing it in a tougher way, and that just really fuels us. And just keeping it really simple is just really gratitude for what we do have, and appreciate it and nurture it. And as I keep saying to the team, people go where the action is and they stay with their loves. So let's just keep being a leader of goodness for the world.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Couldn't say it any better, really.
Thanks. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you. So, Carmel,
Yes.
could you
Can
share
you
with
hear
us?
me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hi.
So 30 seconds or less, how you choose your attitude.
Oh, how I choose my attitude, sorry.
Yeah.
It's simply, as Ed stated, I just get up and I just choose. It's like, where do I want to put my thoughts today? Where thought goes, energy flows. So it's simply a choice. Doesn't matter what's happening. Doesn't matter what's going on. Some things we can, address. Other things we just have to accept. But still, it's choice. I suppose that's one thing that I have a natural ability to be able to just say, okay, well, what do I want to choose here? So I've made a mistake, so what do I want to choose?
Brilliant. Great advice.
Thanks, Carmel. Absolutely.
And Dia, what do you do to choose your to choose your attitude and to help put you in a positive state every day? Are you still there with us, Dia? You're muted. There you go.
I try it hard, very difficult, but I try it wholeheartedly. Listen more than I say.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah.
And that's probably the major thing every day, to choose to listen more to what people have to say rather than saying what you have to say.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And Lorraine, go for it. Because you're really good. You're really, really good at choosing your attitude.
Yeah.
I start my day every day by sending my kids off to school, and we say two things to each other. Have a happy and positive day. You too, Mum, you have a happy and positive day too. And that just puts it in a great way to start the day.
Because you were going to say with that, Lorraine.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll just share with you. Lorraine, whenever she has a challenge come up or an obstacle, I've been so impressed how she chooses her attitude and goes with the flow, looks at the bright side, and and you know what, 5-time world karate champion, you can see you don't achieve those kind of things if you don't choose your attitude. You've covered some pretty big obstacles and pulled through. So it's just anything else that you do. Do you have a routine or something that you do in the morning that kind of help put you in the right mental state?
I definitely always do some physical fitness, always do some training. I need to have my time in the morning regardless. So once the kids are gone, that's it. I have an hour for myself, or get that release and those endorphins, or that positive vibe around the people that I train. And I come back and it's got me in good stead for the rest of the day. So I love that. I need to have that.
Fantastic.
And that was one thing Tammy Gates said too. Whatever it is, you should start your day off for yourself. Yeah. So whether it's walking a dog, whether it's reading a book, or whatever it is that's for you. For me, it's for grunting and sweating and having a laugh with the guys down in the gym, or wherever I go and work out, and then it gets me in a good mindset for the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. And
Thanks,
Stevie, I know
Lorraine.
thanks, Lorraine. And Stevie, I know that you had jumped off for a minute, so I'm not sure if you caught that, but we're just sharing maybe 30 seconds what you do to put yourself in the right mental state for the day. In fact, we were chatting about this before, and Stevie's another black belt in karate, just very disciplined. And so, Stevie, what do you do if you're there to just put yourself in the right state to choose your attitude and get your attitude in the right place?
Well, I heard Lorraine say that when the kids are gone, she gets into a positive mental state. That sounds about right. No, definitely. My morning routine is to wake up and do my meditation, eat food. That always makes me happy. I love breakfast. And certainly to get into my physical exercise. I'm with Ed, listening to talks, listening to the charge up call. That's my habit, and then it's straight into whatever audio book or audio talk I have on for that day to really put my mind in the right place.
Fantastic. Thanks, Stevie. Hey, I just want to share something that I really like to do, and that's we've created a vision board. I know Melissa's got one right by her desk too, and looking at the things that we want to create, the different areas in our life, what we want to create financially, what we want to create with family, what we want to create for fun, what we want to create spiritually, if you will, and just really manifesting that. So getting that reticular activating system that Ed's talking about working, because when you start to really visualize what you want to create, you're going to attract that in your life. So thanks everybody for sharing, what you do to get in the right state of mind, because attitude literally is everything.
I'll just finish this up. I'm sure all of you on the call have your way of getting interstate. So this is a reminder today for us leading through the rest of this week to really focus on that. And for me, we have 2 puppy dogs. I take them to the beach every morning. I might make their day. They make my day, because one day, hopefully, I'll live up to be the person that they think that I am. And I walk on the beach listening to Charge Up calls. So I don't miss that every day, because I want to make their day, and in turn, they make mine. So I'm excited about that. Let's transition into having a look at Sep and Jeska's organisation coaching report, which is an integral part of your success through this 90-day burst period. So I'm going to bring that up, and Bart, I think you were wanting to run through that with them.
Yep, I'm just going to do a little screen share.
Okay, just need to exit. Oops.
Okay, so hey, as Melissa's pulling this up, I just wanted to just kind of share with you, this is, again, it's really a profound way to really take a good look at your business. And by the way, it's not where you're at right now, it's the direction that you're moving in. And we're going to run through Sep and Jeska's here, but look, we are thrilled to feature, you know, any of you that are really moving forward, that are having some good questions and want to have a little bit of a coach and that we can highlight a little bit. But this is the coaching report here. Just want to see if, let's see, can everybody see that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Sep and Jeska, you're on. Let me just unmute your.
I just noticed I didn't update the rank.
Should be platinum.
Should be platinum.
I saw that too, and I could have done that last night, but yeah.
Just scroll up a bit so we don't have to see that bit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. So look, just a quick review. This is a really great form that Suzanne Grist has helped put together, and it's good because you can actually type in the various fields and select different things on here. Now, this organizational coaching report, I just want to share with everybody that we just last night, in fact, just recorded you know, how to go through this and how to fill in the blanks on this coaching report, so you can look at that and you can see exactly where we pull up some of these figures. But
and for the Americans on the line, we spell organization with an S. So sorry if that's driving you crazy.
So a couple things that I just want to highlight on here, and just to acknowledge. So obviously we're filling in the fields. Now the total number of personally enrolled associates, what we've got here is for this particular week. Now the other thing that you can do is you can go into your Director 300 report and you could put how many total you've sponsored, you know, from the beginning as well, because I know it's a lot more than 4 for Sep and Jeska. So right here we're looking at, and now this is pretty cool because you can see that they've actually sponsored one brand new person personally, not in their downline, but personally every single week on this report. That is absolutely leading by example. That is totally, you know, doubling the difference, if you will. And also number of active personally enrolled. So again, if you go into the area, the Director 300 report, you can double click on active and it will sort all the people. So they've got 23 active personally sponsored people, you know, in their organization. That's pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
Now, their current goal, maybe you guys might want to just elaborate a little bit and just share with us something that was pretty important to you guys, and that was to qualify for the not only to be in the EMP bonus, but also for the Ascent. And just maybe just share with us sort of Sep and Jeska, how you pre-planned that and really put that thought process ahead to get that done.
Early in the year, we set our intention to go to Ascent, which is the qualifying period finishes on the 2nd of September, and Ascent is early October for those that are gold, qualified gold 8 weeks out of 10 weeks, and we set our sight. So at the time we were at silver. Early January, we worked out the weeks and worked out that if we go gold straight after convention, that we have a couple of weeks up our sleeve and we'd be able to do that. So that went in the diary. And that's what we set out to do. And when we came back from convention, that's what we worked on. And we also wanted to go platinum in the process. We had in the diary that set for today, actually. We did it a bit sooner, which was great. So now just above that, you saw, if you want to just scroll, there you go. So the current goal is to qualify gold every week until the 11th of November, when our EMP runs out for gold, and then to actually go, so build our gold business close to platinum until the 11th of November, and then go platinum every week after that. So really make the most of the EMP and qualify gold each week, and then build that business.
So that's
just also want to share with you, as Jessica said, we on the 1st of January, when we set our goals for the year, today's date is my mum's birthday, and she's no longer with us in physical, but we set the today's date to be platinum on or before this particular day, because it's in honour of my mum. And it's also a really special day for Jessica and I, because this is when we found each other 7 years ago. So today's date is very special. So we used times in the calendar that would mean something to us, that we would remember or continue to work towards something that we will always remember for the rest of our lives. So it's really powerful when you put the intention and the emotion behind a date that is meaningful, and you can really work towards that. And that's exactly what we did, and we did it. So we've qualified 6 weeks in a row, and we've got 2 more to go before we qualify for Ascent, but we're working towards that.
Fantastic. That is so powerful. You've said some really great things. I love what you're talking about in terms of setting the goal, manifesting it, making it real, putting the emotion behind it. Obviously we've got, the numbers that you can fill in. And by the way, guys, I'm just going to summarize this by saying, if you go to OURTBG.com, we're going to have a video uploaded exactly how to fill this form out, where to find the information that we're looking at. But I just want to move right down here because we don't have a lot of time, and I just want to touch on a couple of things that I think are really important, and that's rating yourself. Now, again, I think Sepp and Jessica probably deserve, probably more like a 9 or 10. But you know what? They're taking a real look. They're saying, hey, we've got room for improvement. But they put personal prospecting at an 8, follow up at an 8. Consistently working in depth, bump that right up to a 9, because they've really been working on helping their team to succeed. And that, by the way, is such a critical thing, is when you bring someone in, you really want to help them to get a check in their pocket, to help them to have the results with the product. And so that's one of the reasons why they're really shining. Consistent happiness and joy. These guys are always looking, having a good time and taking the right attitude with their business. Obviously growing steadily and sustainably is important to them. And so I just want to throw it back to you to take a couple minutes and just share kind of what your thoughts are here in terms of how you've rated yourself, what you're looking to accomplish, and also the action steps. One of the things that is so important is on the action steps. In fact, maybe we can even focus primarily here. And again, we're just a little bit short on, we got to do this in just a couple minutes. But the thing I love about the action steps is not just making this lip service. You want to schedule it. Scheduling what you're going to do is critical. And so, for example, going to Sydney to support your team. Well, where are you guys at right now? And what are we doing in terms of these things? So I'm going to throw it at you and throw it back to you guys just to elaborate on a couple things here that you filled in.
Yeah, thank you, Bart. I've always worked with a diary for the last 35 years, so I'm a diary writer. I love doing things by hand. I've just always done it that way. So I know that if I put things in my diary the night before and I plan my weeks and months ahead of me, I action it. It makes me do it. So the fact that we're here in the Blue Mountains supporting Julia and Mark and their team, we had a conversation, we planned it, we talked about it, and we wrote it in the diary, and we're here, and we've already had some signed up, met 2 people yesterday, signed up 2 people with Julia and Mark, and it's the most beautiful people. So it is about having intelligent, honest conversations, planning it, mapping it, diarying it, and then just taking action. And the other thing that really supports the whole process is we're really stepping up and using Zoom calls now with the team. We're doing mentoring. We're picking. We're just at the stage of picking out the team where we can do Zoom mentoring with. We're doing group mentoring with Zoom calls, and also the Zoom calls that we're on today. It's just such a powerful tool to keep us connected, keep everybody, we can see each other, we can have the heart-to-hearts, we can see people's concerns, where they need some help, and how we can support them best. And it's just very powerful to stay connected and be connected, and really discuss, how can we all help each other.
So just an example of that. One of the things, for example, supporting the team, the FNQ is the Far Northland Queensland group. They've got some wonderful people that have come on board that are true leaders, and we're doing everything we can to empower those leaders to really, put their leadership shoes on and create some events and create some momentum for some exciting things that are coming up as well. So that's brilliant. Just as kind of an overall wrap-up summary. Anything you'd like to say? Would you say that this has been a really powerful tool for you guys to help get a clear direction on what you need to do and what you need to, where you need to focus in your business and your team?
Yeah, look, please, what I want to say to everyone is that your dashboard in this organizational coaching report, going back to what Ed was talking about earlier, this is about attitude. And for us, this organizational coaching report, we have an attitude that this is our best friend, because it's benchmarking us. It's not showing us what we're not doing. It's showing us what we are doing and how and where we need to grow more. And we love it as our best friend because it's constantly giving us feedback of where we're at and where the team's at as well. So I just absolutely love this process. If it's something that you're not used to, or you feel it's about, I need to be accountable, it's not about that. It's not about us making you accountable to us. It's about you just having a benchmark of where am I at today, where would I like to be, and how can I switch gears a little bit if that's something you really want to do. And this organizational coaching report that gives you all the feedback from your dashboard, physically doing it together, Jessica and I, we learn a lot about where we're at, and it's extremely, extremely powerful. It will help you, and believe me, the attitude of the organizational coaching report is your best friend in this business. You'll go far.
Yeah, it really, I think to take out a moment, even if you do it weekly or once a month, to take that time to just for yourself and who you're working with to reflect on where you want to go and what you've achieved in that week or that month.
Thank you so much to both of you. You have summed up what Ed has said and taught us on this call today when it comes to the attitude in this organisation coaching report. I know you do it very consistently. Lorene does these reports extremely consistently. As Bart mentioned, they are a phenomenal tool. Download it from our website, start to use it, create the habit and duplicate it, because you'll never ever look back. When you get together with your team, you'll have some real nuts and bolts and a real firm foundation on what to talk about and how to guide, direct and help them. So we have just a few minutes left in the call. Ed has thrown out the challenge today to work on your own personal movie. We're going to throw out another really fun challenge. It comes from our guru and all of our gurus in the industry, Eric Worre, and it is about giving 30 presentations in the next 30 days. Very doable. Let's see what Eric has to say with it about it. Then we will wrap up.
There's a really cool quote at the end you got to say too.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre, and today I've got a little bit of a rant for you and a little bit of a challenge for you. Too many people inside of network marketing are stuck in average. And average doesn't get anyone where they want to go in life. Did you know that the average person who signs up for an online college course has a 98% dropout rate? 98% of people who sign up for an online course drop out. They sign up, they're all excited, and they don't finish. As soon as it gets hard, they're out. The average real estate agent doesn't sell a single home each year. The average small business owner is out of business in 5 years. So what we're trying to do inside of network marketing is live an above average life, right? Well, you cannot live an above average life with a less than average or average effort. It takes work. It takes effort. It takes interaction. It takes talking to people. It takes sharing your opportunity more than you're doing it. I travel all over the world. And here's what I know. Of the people who sit in my audiences, the average person in that room does approximately 1 presentation with a prospect per month. 1 per month. And those are people who come to my events. Imagine the people who don't come to my events. What do you think their numbers are? 1 presentation a month. Now, are you going to build a future with that? Are you going to build financial freedom with that? See, here's the great thing about network marketing. We lower the price of entry. We give you all kinds of support. And there's no quotas, there's no pressure. But in exchange for all of those benefits, you have to drive your own efforts. You have to make the activity turn into results. You have to make up in effort and sweat equity what you might have not had to invest in starting a business. The average business in the United States, small business, the average small business owner invests approximately $65,000 to start a business. What is the cost inside of network marketing? Far less than that. Now, you can have a much bigger business than somebody who invests $65,000 or even more into a traditional business. But the trade-off is you have to go to work. You have to do it when no one's looking. You have to do it when nobody's supervising you. You have to do it when nobody's expecting anything of you. That's the trade-off. So back to our numbers. Inside of network marketing, inside of the audiences that I talk to, and you be honest with yourself, how many face-to-face, whether it's on Skype or in person, presentations have you done with a prospect in the last 30 days? How many? Now, is that in alignment with your goals? Is that in alignment with what you feel you deserve in your network marketing future? Is that in alignment with financial freedom? And if the answer is no, then we have to determine an action plan in order to be able to change that. So that leads to the challenge. Here's this, the whole purpose of today's show is to challenge you and every single person in your organization to do something above average. Now, you might not have the vision or the self-discipline to do something above average for a long period of time. So I'm just going to give you a short-term, above average challenge. Are you ready? Here's the challenge. I want you to commit to doing at least 30 presentations with a prospect in the next 30 days. From whatever day you watched this video. 30 days from the end of your watching of this video, I want you to make a commitment that you're going to do at least 30 presentations. They can be Skype presentations face-to-face. They could be sit-down one-on-one, two-on-one presentations. They could be a webinar presentation. They could be a small group or in-home meeting presentation. They could be at a hotel room presentation, be at a conference presentation, whatever it is. You decide. But you do at least 30 with at least 30 of your prospects. Now, that's step number 1, that you make that commitment. Step number 2 is see how many people in your organization you can challenge this 30-day, 30 presentation challenge. You can challenge to do the same thing. Imagine if you have 100 people in your group do the same thing. And instead of those 100 people doing 100 presentations, all of a sudden those 100 people have done 3,000 presentations, plus the 30 that you've done, okay? 3,000 presentations. What's going to happen inside of your organization when 3,000 presentations happen inside of your group? Now, if you don't have 100 people, let's say you got 3 people on your team. Get together with you and those 3 people. Total of 4 of you. You're each going to do 30 presentations in the next 30 days. And you're not going to look right. You're not going to look left. You're going to look straight ahead. You're not going to allow distractions get in the way. You're going to find a way. 30 in 30. Okay? Now, you and 3 other people in your team, 4 of you in total, do that. That's 120 presentations between you and those other 3 people. Now, typically in network marketing, between 1 and 2 people out of 10 will decide to join. Let's call it 2 people out of 10. You do 120 presentations. How many is that? That's 24 new people on average joining your organization. Now your 3 turns into 27 plus you. Now we've got something. Now we got some momentum. Now we got some excitement. So if you've got 10 people on your team that you can convince to do the 30 and 30, if it's just you by yourself right now, you don't have anybody in your team, nobody's willing to go to work, all you got is customers, whatever, you decide you're going to do 30 and 30. And when you do 30 and 30, you're going to get a result. And then you take that result and you're going to challenge them to do the same thing and move that forward, move that forward, and move that forward. Now, forget about the future for a moment. Focus on the next 30 days. Can I challenge you to be above average? Can I challenge you to be extraordinary? Can I challenge you to be uncommon? Can I challenge you to be special? Can I challenge you to be a self-determined driver? Can I challenge you to do something you said you were going to do, even if 3 days from now you don't feel like it anymore? Here's what I would like you to do. Below this video, I'd like you to say, I'm in, if you're in for that challenge. I accept the challenge. As of this day, I will do at least 30 presentations in the next 30 days. And then come back and give us your results. Let us know how you did. But I'd like you to publicly do it. I'd like you to tell your whole world that you're going to do it. Leaders inside of network marketing, leaders in life, entrepreneurs, here's their formula of success. 1, they say yes. 2, they tell the world. And 3, they figure it out. Don't worry how you're going to do those presentations. You'll figure that out over the next 30 days. Just decide that you're going to do it. Say yes. You deserve it. Stop being average. Walk away from normal and decide to be extraordinary because you deserve it. For those of you that are ready to accept this challenge, 30 days from today, your life is going to be completely different. Your fears are going to be squashed. Your opportunities are going to be opened up, and your future's never going to look brighter. So thank you for accepting the challenge, those of you who will. And if you're not willing to accept the challenge, I want you to think in your minds why you're not willing to accept it. It's not that big a deal. It's not that huge of a challenge. Talk to one person a day, on average, over the course of the next 30 days. That's not that extraordinary, dramatic, unbelievable. It'll put you above average in network marketing. But if you're not willing to do that, I want you to examine what you're willing to do. Because behind that answer is the key to breaking free in your future.
All right. Well, I love what Eric Worre says about being the whole thing on average. You know, I thought about this. What is average actually? Is average is the worst of the best? Is it the best of the worst? Is it the cream of the crap? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be average, and I don't think any of us on this call are average. Just the fact that you're on this call sets you apart as not being average. But look, let's get the results that we all want to see. And Ed, if you're still with us, love to hear any comments or feedback, just briefly on what Eric Worre had to say about being above average
And taking the challenge.
and taking the challenge.
Yeah, no, Eric is obviously one of the mentors of all of us in this industry. I appreciate so much his perspective and the challenge. And no, I agree with you. I was going to offer the same description of average that you did, Bart, but you beat me to it.
Yeah,
It's top of the bottom, bottom of the top, and none of us want to be average. It's just average is average, and this is a business where you can choose to be what you want to be, but you can also choose to just put a little extra work in, a little extra. A lot of the folks that we've watched play out their athletic endeavors on the stage here, on television, the last week and a half or so. They weren't all. There was a lot of folks that didn't make the team that were pretty good, but they just didn't do quite as well. So the difference
Breaking up a little bit there, Ed. Sorry, Ed, I had to mute your audio for some.
Excellence this is huge. It's just unfortunately, one of our athletes missed making the Olympic team by one. I'm breaking up a little bit. I've got good still, I think. Anyway, the gear, we were where the fish were. We just had to do one slight little tweak to what we were doing to go from being average to having excellence and having results. So just do the little bit extra this next week. Just a little bit extra tweak in what you're doing, and you'll find yourself moving out of the average ranks into the ranks of recognition and wearing a medal around your neck.
Thank you so much, Ed. Our apologies for, we're in a hotel in Sydney and I'm not sure how great the internet was. So if you missed part of that, our apologies. I wanted to wrap up.
No problem.
A little bit, and thanks for sharing it. We've gone a little bit over time, but Lorene posted this on Facebook, and the reason why I've pulled it up here is because part of what Eric said in his video, said, you're each going to do 30 presentations in the next 30 days, and you're not going to look right, you're not going to look left, you're going to look straight ahead. You're not going to allow distractions to get in the way. You're going to find a way. So Lorene, this was your post. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Doesn't that photo says 1,000 words, doesn't it?
It does. So, yeah. So why don't you read it out and let us know why you put it up there.
Well, I put it on, I think it was yesterday. So my favourite quote on display is in one picture. Winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. So that's all about tunnel vision, seeing the end where you have to go, and just nothing else is going to distract you. Keep focused, plug in what you have to do, and if you do the right steps and do what you want to do and keep your eyes on the prize, you'll get there.
The guy in the green cap's not from Australia, is he?
No, he's not. No, he's from South Africa.
No, but you know how much we love to beat Americans, Ed.
Hey, everybody! Thanks so much.
No, he's from South Africa.
Pushing out over these Olympics. I'm proud of what you guys are doing.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, likewise. My gosh, it's exciting. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you very much, panelists, and particularly Stepanieska for being willing to expose their organisation coaching report for the benefit of all of us to learn from what they're doing and how we can approach our organisation coaching reports. Very special thanks as always to Ed. Thank you so much, Ed. This is your team. We wouldn't be here without you. So talk about paying it forward. We can't thank you enough every day of our lives out of such deep gratitude that you picked up the phone and rang your brother from a different mother and made this happen.
Love you all.
So thank you very much.
Thanks everyone.
And just a very quick update for upcoming events. This Monday in Sydney, Australia, we have an event where Bart and I are hosting. Stevie Aquilina will be there as well. It's on Monday the 22nd. Yep, August 22nd at 7:15 p.m. in Roseville. Same time, same place next week. Remember, this is all about all-out massive action. So Ed's thrown out the challenge for us to what you replay. What you replay, you're going to pre-play. So he wants us to pull out all of the great stories or the points of inflection throughout our life and really focus on that as part of the challenge this week. 30 presentations in 30 days. It really is a no-brainer. That's what we're doing. And it doesn't mean you can get 30 people in a room and do one presentation, because I know some of you are going to think that way. That's cheating. So we're excited also to let you know the StratLink leadership calls for Australia and New Zealand is the first Tuesday of the month. And other than that, next week we're excited to bring on John Bash. We'll have Ed introduce him next week as our special guest speaker. So,
And are we prepared to talk about exciting stuff coming up in November?
well, I don't know.
Look, 90-day burst is a perfect time to work toward a major event, and we'll present more details later. But I just want to give everybody a quick heads up that Trish Schwenkler is coming to the land down under. So we'll have the schedule of events coming up, and you'll hear more about that. But I just want to let you know that this is a perfect time right now to create the momentum to have as many people at those meetings and events as possible. So just kind of want to give you the heads up so that we're working toward that as well. Hey, thanks everybody.
Thank you. Let's go out and work on our own personal movies. Great to have you all on. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Yeah, thank you.
Soon. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone, for having a great day.
Thank you. And this recording will upload to our website as soon as possible. Thanks.